I'm just going to go through a few setups tonight. Same setups that we were looking at before. Show you guys where you can re-enter. Mondays are usually a lot of fake outs. Now the direction is like kind of, the market shows itself. The market shows which direction it wants to go. So now we can kind of just find an entry and ride the wave. So that's kind of how we're gonna do this. All right, so let's get right into it, guys. AUD/USD. I know we did this last time on the call. I'm just going to do this once more just so you guys understand what's happening. We're going to go on the daily. I'm going to go show you guys exactly what we're looking at. We have AUD/USD. We have a really strong touch right here. Really strong support zone, strong resistance. Now we have 1, 2, 3, it's our fourth touch. Bearish engulfing off the fourth touch. We also have a rejection off the moving average, guys. So simple break, retest. A lot of indecision around the retest supply and demand zone area, which means that this is probably going to be a continuation downward, guys. What we can do is we'll go on the 4-hour. Actually, first, we can draw a trend line going this way to trap price, and then we can get onto the smaller time frames. Once we're on the smaller time frames, guys, we see that this thing kind of took off. This thing took off. Oh, excuse me. This thing took off irregular of trend. So we had 1 bounce, 2 bounce, and a really sharp movement right here. This thing was due for a correction. So we'd be looking at something like this. Retest. Well, all right. We're going to measure the retracement. So we'll actually just pull out the Fibonacci tool, draw our Fibonacci retracement, and we can look for some possible entries along these Fibonacci retracement lines, guys. Okay. The bottom of the previous resistance is right here. We take the Fibonacci tool out. You guys see how the bottom, the support right here, it double touched right here, price broke below it, and now it kind of looks like it's coming back up. So what we could see is we could see a touch on this and a rejection. So a retest of this zone, which would also be our Fibonacci zone. Okay, that can make us due for a nice drop. As soon as we break this longer trend line right here, guys, we're in for the real sell. Okay, as we can see on the daily, we have a long way to go for this sell. So if this thing does sell off, guys, we're into lower lows and unlimited potential. So we're really going to be eyeing this trade, looking for 2 things specifically, guys. There's one thing you guys remember about AUD/USD. We're looking for this specifically. We're looking to see how price reacts around this zone. Okay, if it breaks above and it starts consolidating, that's one thing. If it bounces below, we're going to be looking for a break of this lower trend line. All right, and a break of this lower trend line would signify a downward trend. We can look for a break, retest, entry, and hold. All right. GBP/USD, fan favorite. This is GA. Yeah, GBP. Oh, sorry, GBP/AUD. My bad. Sorry about that, guys. So we were still making higher highs. This is a very choppy market, guys. There we go. For a higher time frame analysis. So this is what we're looking at, guys. Very strong support, very strong support. Same buyers as right here, a lot of indecision right here. So a lot of the traders, when price came back to the same zone that it rejected last time, there was a lot of indecision. And now buyers are starting to take over. We see a lot of bullish momentum. Okay, we see a lot of bullish momentum. This thing is still climbing up. So we're really just gonna have to wait for a clear break of this region, guys. When a market is this choppy, draw a consolidation zone around it and wait for it to break. Because the more that we try to catch the more that we try to guess the move, the more that we're going to be surprised by a lot of the indecision that the market is experiencing. Because if the market doesn't know what's going to happen, guys, we sure as hell are on for a ride. Because we're definitely in for a lot of uncertainty. What you would do in these zones, guys, is I would highly suggest that you don't trade inside of these zones. But if you do insist on trading inside of these zones, the general rule of thumb is to buy the bottom and to sell the tops. Okay, I know a lot of people, when the price gets to the very bottom, it kind of indicates that it's going to sell, so they want to sell the breakout. Or they want to sell the breakout so they can be early on it. What usually happens is that it does this little fake move and it jumps right back into the range. What you want to do is when you find that it's in a consolidation zone, like the price comes up here, price comes back down here, and then it can't break out of the zone. Now that you've signified that you're in a consolidation zone, you want to buy the bottoms, try to buy at the lowest possible price. You want to sell at the highest possible price. That would mean that your risk is the smallest right here. Because if you sell up here, your risk is only a few pips above this consolidation. Because if it breaks up here, guys, you already know it's bullish. So you don't need to risk too much money to find out. And same with the downside. You want to buy the bottom because then your stop loss would only be a few pips below the consolidation. All right? Versus if you tried to sell the bottom, if you guys tried to sell down here, your stop loss has to be up here still. Look how much risk you're exposing yourself to. Okay, so the best trades are sells at the top, buys at the bottom. Just a general rule. But what we are seeing on this, guys, is we are seeing higher highs. So for now, the bulls are taking back control. Okay, we closed above the previous day's lows, or the previous 2 days' lows, which is a really, really strong sign. The only thing that gives me some kind of concern is these. So for me personally, now our trade is already running, but I would probably be looking to enter another position at this break, retest, continuation. All right, I would really like it to have a clean break above the zone, come back down to wick the zone, and then reject back up. And if we can see something beautiful like that, we can enter for this long and really hold this out, guys, because this could be a pretty good swing trade. All right, I know I didn't start with gold today like we normally do, guys. Fan favorite. I'm going to cover it right now. We're still on this daily harmonic. Okay, we're on this daily harmonic with a double top right here. We have a really strong rejection up here. Really long wick, this kind of pin bar that formed on the daily. We go on to the 4 hour, we see a lot of rejection, so this triple top motion. We see our W and our M's. All right, so we're looking for now, guys. We haven't called out an entry or anything for this yet. What I'm looking for is a rejection on one of these fib zones. Okay, so I'm looking at the 618. I'm also looking a little bit higher, maybe the 71%. If we can find a rejection in the zone, guys, we can find a really nice sell entry. All right, if this candle, if these next few 4 hour candles close really bullish, then we can see this kind of skyrocket above this range, then we're going to buy it above this range. But I'm not going to buy it until it breaks above 1240, guys. I'm not convinced until it breaks above 1240. Okay, a lot of people, they want to be early on the buys because, you know, I don't know, they think that they're long-term bullish on gold. If you are long-term bullish on gold, you would want to buy it down here. Plain and simple. For us, we're going to wait for some kind of rejection. If there's no rejection and this thing keeps going bullish, we'll wait for a retest and get a really clean break, catch us 60, 70, 80 pips down to the upside, and then, you know, that's how we're going to take that trade, guys. There's no reason to be guessing or speculating out here when there's very easy trades to take. Euro NZD, Euro NZD. We have this overextended butterfly on the 4 hour. So we're finally starting to see some slowdown up at the up at this area of resistance. Okay, so if we can see a nice engulfing candle or some kind of stronger rejection, then we can possibly sell this off. This is actually looking really, really good right now. So let's see. See if we can find a trade on this. Sure. I see it. All right, do you guys see this? I'm gonna point this out to you guys. So Omer was actually going on the call going over this on the call earlier as divergence. What happens is when price is going a certain direction, so the actual price is being bought at higher highs. So even though the price is getting more expensive, somebody out there keeps buying it up higher and higher. What the indicator is showing is that the enthusiasm in the market and the market volume is going down. How is the price going up, but the retail traders are starting to give up and they're starting to quit out? How does that kind of make sense? What that means is that there's divergence. It's kind of a manipulation, a way to show manipulation. That means few actors with a lot of money are causing this market movement versus a lot of actors with little money making the market move. So this means that, like, usually when we see this kind of divergence, guys, it means that banks or some kind of institution or whoever has a lot of big money is buying up the price for a better price so that when they sell it off, they can have the best possible entry. So price will go through a phase of consolidation where it accumulates. What it's doing is it's accumulating liquidity. So traders will sort of like buy the bottom, sell the top, and keep getting trapped, and then their orders keep getting liquidated, and they keep getting kicked out of trades. All that money gets collected by the people who are sort of buying the price higher and higher because they know what they're doing. They'll let liquidity go, let the sellers think it's selling, then they'll buy it back up, then they'll let it go for a little bit, convince you it's selling. So they're doing this on purpose. When we can see with this divergence, we can kind of lift the curtain and see what's going on behind the scenes. When we see this kind of divergence, guys, we're usually looking to do the opposite of what price action is doing. So if there's a bearish divergence, would mean that the relative strength index is going down, showing a weakness in enthusiasm, and showing price is going up. That means that this thing is going to go down. That's just what divergence, like the definition of divergence, would say. So that's kind of why we're favoring the short in this situation. The easiest way to spot this short is as soon as it breaks out of this channel, we're going to have a retest and we can sell this down. It's that simple, guys. There's no reason for us to try to guess what's going to happen. We have a consolidation zone that I can't wait for us to break out of. All right? It's that simple, guys. The market's either going up, down, or sideways. Right here, the market's going sideways. There's no reason to try to sit here and assume what's going to happen, try to guess what's going to happen, because your expectations are going to be way too high because you think that, you know, you can guess the right direction in this. There's no guessing in this. All you can see is that when price breaks out of here, sellers have officially gained control. That's a fact. That's not an opinion. So when that happens, guys, we ride the wave. We find an entry, strap on, and we ride the wave. It's that simple. The last pair I'm going to go over, guys, is Euro AUD. Oh, that's a mean 15-minute. Broke above the last zone, retested. We're going to see this is a break or bounce situation, guys. We got two options. This thing is either going to break above or this thing bounces below and retests. And that's what we're looking at, guys. If anybody has any pairs they want me to look at real quick, just throw them in the chat. But I want to ask you guys a question since I have you guys here. It's kind of like a smaller group. Let me turn on my camera real quick. Do you guys have any suggestions for us? Do you guys have anything that, you know, we could do to sort of make your time more worthwhile, to sort of help you guys become a little bit more profitable? Is there something that we can do on a daily basis that would kind of help you guys move a little bit further along in your journey? If it is, could you guys let us know? You can either like put it in the chat, you can put it in privately, or you can unmute your mic and just say it. Which one? Euro was about to crash. Euro's about to crash for sure. What? Yeah. Aside from that, guys, I know that, you know, getting you guys on calls is supposed to help you guys. All right. So the most important thing that I want you guys to notice is that these calls are not mandatory. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to make you guys feel like this is a chore or a homework for you. But this thing does take a little bit of discipline. That's why we're offering the opportunity for 2 calls. What we're also going to do is we're going to record the calls and we're going to post them on YouTube. Okay, now the beauty of that is it's going to be a different schedule, so you guys, it's going to be your leisure. That's kind of what we really want. It's supposed to take time. It's supposed to give you guys your time back. So hopefully when we start posting these videos, you guys can just go to the YouTube. Let's say that you're parked outside waiting for someone. You can click on the YouTube video, 4 to 5 minutes, get a quick recap from us. And I think that'll help you guys a lot, because then you guys can pause the video and look at the trades that we have set up. So that's something that we have working for you guys. Also, we're developing a website. So all of the members only that you guys can just go. You have a login that we're going to have like a public side of the site. We're going to do news and stuff. And the other side is going to be like a members only. And you guys can log in. There's going to be kind of an academy, like a boot camp. And it's going to be like training videos and whatnot. You guys can ask us questions, schedule appointments. So we're working on that. It's going to take up a little bit of time, but we're going to get that ready for you guys. All right, guys, I appreciate you guys being on the call. And this was a rather long call just to go over the markets. We went over 5 pairs total. Every markup is going to be posted in the chats. I don't expect you guys to memorize all this information, but if you guys have any questions, please message us, ask us. Asking questions is the only way you learn. I promise you, it can save you months, years, weeks, days of heartbreak, heartache, and money loss. All right, so if you guys have any questions, make sure to message us.